we are listening to that 1 hour Carrierdine Yacht Song ambient soundtrack mix. I think we listened to this last time I streamed, right? There you go. You can see it right there. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. Hello. Welcome. It is New Comic Book Day, my dude. What's up, Ninja Weasel? You know, one thing I will probably never get used to is the difference in latency between Twitch and YouTube, even when I have it like on the low latency mode. Like on YouTube, there's still several seconds. I see your chat, I respond to it, and then it's like 10 seconds later before like anything else happens. Like if I've got my own stream up, so I can watch the chat, you know, that way, and then do like mod stuff. Like I see the delay. Like I see exactly how you all are living. That delay is wild, and it's not like I'm like not doing low latency or something here on YouTube. So I don't know what it is, man. How's it going, Ninja? Excuse me. How obsessed I've been with Yakuza lately, I have not read anything this last week. Can I play more Broforce? I can give it a try, sure. I'm kind of over Broforce, but you know, I have played a lot of Broforce in the past. I can bring Broforce back for a while. That's always a great time. Oh, let me get rid of the stream starting soon bit. Boop. Come on. Oh my gosh, there we go. Should be trying to give you that broadcast window to bleep out anything unfortunate. I guess. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. The delay doesn't really work though for that purpose because I can't interrupt the stream in progress. Like even if I hit like smack on stop streaming, it would still have transmitted the whatever unfortunate bleepiness got through. You know what? I will go ahead and tell Steam to reinstall Broforce. I'd installed it for a little while back in July. I put that on my C drive. Alright, we got that queued up. I'm going to pause that download for now so it doesn't interfere with the stream. Yeah, I'll add that back. It's been a while. You know what? I could play some Hotline Miami 2 on stream, and that might be fun too. Been like a year or more since I played any Hotline Miami on stream. Well, you know what? It really helps when somebody's just asking me to do something I like doing anyway. So, you know, that's A-okay. And I do have a gap coming up in my video schedule. I'll have to go look. I don't know when it starts, but some video series is ending. So, getting in like at least one Broforce video or something a week for the next few weeks. Well, starting in like a month or two. Like... We can definitely make something like that happen. Oh, right! Comic books! Get in my little Totoro bag here. I love this little bag, man. This was a great present. Like, I realize, you know, it's totally a bag made for, like, a little girl or a little boy to keep their, like, school notebook or something in. And it's a great size for that, too. Like, it is absolutely, like, the right size for a little notebook or something like that. Perfect. But it happens to also be exactly the right size to fit comic books. They fit in there snug and sound. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. So it's a fun little gift. Alright. Oh, we already showed one book off. I might as well get Magnus back out here. Oh, hold on. There was something I wanted to pull up on Twitter. Let me go find it real quick. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head now. Ah, that's what it was. Alright, let me get that over here. We'll talk about that later maybe. If I feel like it. Maybe I won't feel like it. And anything else I wanted to get hold of before I get rolling for really reals? Oh yeah, this. Alright. Actually, we'll lead off with this one before we start talking comic books, because this is kind of sad. So, you all might remember, last like 3 years in a row, I drove all the honkin' way down to Texas. Would have been this past weekend. So I could go to Bell County Comic Con. No, I'm going to turn the music up one notch. Here we go. This year I didn't make it down there. Like, none of the guest stars really were like popping for me. If they'd had Napoleon Dynamite and Pedro like on the guest list way sooner, I might have made the trek. But I had a business trip, so it was just not going to happen. Not even for Kevin Eastman. And I didn't go. And I'm kind of glad I didn't go, because, by the way, does my profile... Why does my profile look like that? Look like what? What, my little fractal Buddha? Talking about this bro right here? I made that. That is a Julia set cut and reflected in a particular way to make like a little like Buddha like figure out of a fractal. So that's what that's supposed to be. Where was I? We'll come back to that thought. Anyway, and it just turns out that, here we go. Matt Weldon, one of the, like, nicest guys I ever met in my life, like, missed me. He's like, oh, I missed you, Bell County. I'm like, oh, man, time didn't work out to make it. He's like, oh, I wasn't there. It's like, man, why wasn't he there? Like, that Bell County Comic-Con, the whole table where the, iconic comic guys hang out, like, it just doesn't seem right not to have Matt Weldon there. So kind of glad I didn't go, because that would have kind of just ruined the experience for me. But man, if you were into Ninja Turtle stuff, this was the year to go down there, dude. They have like everybody that was ever in a Ninja Turtles movie down there. Plus I have no idea what's going on with Flork here. Like, this guy's so weird, and I don't know what his current thing is, but it's also weird. That's kind of a bummer. Alright, the other thing we're going to talk about, we might come back to later, depending on what kind of crazy mood I'm in. So, anyway, we're supposed to be talking about comic books, because this is New Comic Book Day, which means it's a Wednesday, my dudes. Which hasn't always been New Comic Book Day, and in fact, technically it's kind of not now, because Tuesdays are when DC books get into stores now, and I don't know. They've made it all very complicated from when Diamond was a monopoly, and was the only game in town. But I get my comic books at Graham Cracker Comics, and we go to a Graham Cracker Comics on a Wednesday, aka New Comic Book Day. You get not one, not two, but 3 books for free out of the dollar bin, which used to be the 75-cent bin, which used to be the 50-cent bin. Inflation is killing us all. And one of the things I'm doing in those bins is I'm very slowly collecting all the old original Valiant books. Like, most of these books are not worth anything. They end up in dollar bins in like every store you go to. And so I'm just like picking them up. And I didn't have this Magnus robot fighter, which Magnus is actually an old character. He comes from Comics Charlton, I think, was the one that published him back in the 60s. He's like an older character. Ooh. It's a crud. And they brought him back for the Valiant universe. He's in the future, of course. That's why he's fighting robots. And he teams up with Rai, who is a robot sometimes. In fact, right there. That looks like he's teaming up with Rai right there. Very cool. Rai is kind of like the far future version of another Valiant character. I think they're both like built on nanotechnology or something. So kind of similar, him and Bloodshot, who you might remember got a movie a couple years ago that was okay. Had Vin Diesel in it. I don't know that I would say it was a great movie, but it was an alright movie. When was it? That was like that was 2020, wasn't it? That was like the middle of the pandemic when Bloodshot came out. It went straight to streaming, I think. So anyway, these old Valiant books, like the first year or two of Valiant stuff, was basically Jim Shooter beating comic books out of his artists and his writers. And Valiant got kind of big for a little while. Exo Man of War had a crossover with Iron Man that I remember seeing advertised. I liked Shadow Man a lot. I thought Shadow Man was pretty dope. Bloodshot was pretty dope. I was never too big into Exo or the Eternal Warrior or Magnus for that matter. In fact, I'll be honest, I was never really that big into Valiant books back then. But reading these now, back then they would have just been kind of like, yeah, these are solid, but not great. They kind of blow a lot of modern comic books away, which is kind of crazy to me. Clothes make the man dangerous. He was born a barbarian, raised as an animal, trained as a killer. Now armed with the deadliest weapon of mass destruction ever created, he intends to defend his new home, Earth. An ongoing monthly action series by Bob Layton, former Iron Man illustrator. You can kind of see what they're going for. What is this? Oh man. Trading cards, baby. If somebody tore one of them out, but not the other three? What? What was the one missing comic, card? What was it? How amazing was it? No one knows. Oh, hey, there's Jim Shooter upside down. Right side up over here, but upside down over here. Is the back of the book upside down? Oh, it is. It's a flip book. What's on the reverse? Oh, the reverse is Rye. Well, that's kind of cool. So Rye is in the future, and he is like a cyborg robot android guy who exists to enforce like perfection on Neo Japan or Neo Space Japan or something like that. And I'm mostly familiar with newer Rye comics. There was a Rye series a couple years ago that was pretty good. But this is a fun little treat. I was not expecting a flip book when I picked this up. Ha! That should be a reaction image right there. Shoot, where's my phone? I'm taking a picture of this. We are... Smooth that down a little bit. Hold on. Give me just a second. Trying to get it lined up just so. Good enough. Alright. Oh! That robot was, or that lizard thing was in the other side, right? Hold on. I could have sworn I saw a giant lizard thing in space shooting fire somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Ah, so that's why they're flip books. They're connected. So it looks like you read Rye, and then you flip it over and you read Magnus Robot Fighter. That's kind of fun. Well, speaking of Rye, how's the next book? Issue number 9, Rye and the Future Force. Which has an ad for an absolutely atrocious game. Bro, the Terminator 2, quote, arcade game on consoles was garbage. It was barely good in the arcade where you had an actual gun. But like, try playing this on a controller, you're just going to be a dead man. It's no fun. It's like playing Revolution X on the Super Nintendo without the Super Scope. You're not going to be enjoying yourself. You are not going to have a good time at all. I see Rye has changed his facial hair and hairstyle here compared to over here. I gotta say, Rye, this look is way better, dude. Alright, let's flip it open a little bit. And we immediately go to an ad for Army of Darkness. Oh man, Ninja, you weren't around. No, I guess it was on 6's Discord. XLG made Game Hunter and 6 watch Army of Darkness, and neither of them liked it. I don't believe that. Like, I could get like... I guess I get it. It's a weird movie. And maybe they're just not, you know, the right generation of people, but I don't know. Pretty good movie. From the director of Darkman. Man, I should watch Darkman again. I haven't watched Darkman in years. Actually, what I should do is watch the Darkman sequels. I'm trying to think if I've ever played the Darkman NES game. I know it's garbage because the internet tells me it is. But can you believe the internet? Dude, I love these robots they're fighting. They got great designs. Look at this. We get, yeah! You know, if they ain't down with every darkness, you don't know if you can hang with them. I know. I know. It's a weird movie. But it's a good one. It must be humid in here, man. My refreshing beverage is very condensated on the outside. I really like the way this book looks, dude. Like, this is giving me basically what I always want, like, deep down inside, what I've always wanted to read. Samurai versus robot. What did I do when I played Cyberpunk the first 2 times? Oh, I was a samuraiing people real hard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Katana versus robot. Atom Smasher did not have a chance against me because I had a sword, and all he had was guns and missiles and super reflexes. Like, what is that going to do against one crazy lady with a sword? Nothing. That's what. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Shoot, now I'm kind of thinking I want to go play Cyberpunk again. That's wild. And here's my Cyberpunk character. That is not the samurai jacket, or not samurai. That's not the David jacket from Edge Runners. That's some other jacket I picked up way before I even knew that was in the game, and I wore that like the whole game through. And then just for Johnny, who put on his leather pants, because, you know, he's a weirdo like that. He likes that tight leatheriness around his crotch. Like, I'm... Whatever. Whatever, Johnny. But what did I just delete? Because I did not delete the... Something got deleted. I got no idea what. Alright, cool. Doesn't look like it matters. So anyway, it looks like Ride's gonna be a hoot. I gotta actually just sit down and read some books, man, because I am way behind. The other book I picked up, just because I wanted to look at the art by the artist. I got another one of these Motor Girl books somewhere by Terry Moore. I got this just to flip through for the art, man, because I like his artwork. That's why I got that art book he put out a year or 2 ago, Terry Moore After Dark. Like, he's just got a unique style that's cartoony but realistic. Like, it feels great to look at. It looks great to look at. And he's like Brian Shearer. He does noses in a way that really no other artist does their noses. Dude, she's just dressed like Tifa. I mean, no skirt, but, you know, tight pants instead. It works. So yeah, I got another issue of this series somewhere, but I have no idea why there's a gorilla guy in it. I got zero idea. That was just a, boy, I want to pick this book by Terry Moore up moment. And that's it. That is my free stuff for the week. Now, we're going to get into stuff that YouTube might get mad about. I'm carefully flipping through the first book off camera here, just to make sure I'm not about to open up to a bunch of Ghibli bits here that are going to make YouTube really mad. I'm not seeing any Ghibli bits, although they're going to get mad at the comic book cover, which if you've been here on New Comic Book Day before, means you probably know what the comic book's going to be, because YouTube really hates it when I put up comic book covers from one particular character. Okay, hold on. Before I even put the cover of the book down, I just saw this ad in the back. Sweetie Candy Vigilante, number 5. Swedish piranha fish. Oh my god. I like it. The Fortress of Sweetness is fully operational with new Swedish piranha fishes. Dude, they're making this book just for me. This book is not for anybody else that exists. This is like that Robots vs. Princesses book from like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, where like they made a book specifically just for me. And this is there. This is another comic book that is being made specifically for me and nobody else in the universe. Nobody else wants to read this. Me? I'm eating this up with a spoon. Suzanne Cafiero. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Thank you for writing me a comic book. And of course it like ties in with a band and stuff. Like the last issue, or the issue before that of Sweetie Candy Vigilante, that it came with like a download code for a song, and I went and I got it. I'm like, oh yeah, so that's what the band sounds like. Okay. Anyway, the first book I paid for, Vampirella, Dark Reflections number 3. We ain't read any of these. My shop man actually gave me 2 covers. He gave me this one and one that was like covered in blood. And I was like, I will take the slightly less bloody one. Hopefully YouTube's not too offended by that. But knowing YouTube, they will think that's a buttock. And then they will like age rate this video and nobody will watch it. And you know what? That is the risk I take. Every time I bring you wonderful, beautiful Vampirella content, I'm running the risk of the YouTube cops coming in here and slapping me down. Somewhere I got a little picture. Oh, there they are. We'll just put that right there. Now, you and YouTube will no longer be in trouble. Oh man, what a hoot, guys, what a hoot. Yeah, I keep that little comic here in my OBS just so I can click it for moments like these, because the YouTube cops, they're descending upon us right now. Their AI detection system has detected something beautiful and they're zeroing in. They're like, you know, zoom, enhance, like this is an episode of NCIS. The SWAT troops are gonna like break through my ceiling. They're gonna come in through the window. I'm gonna be arrested, banned off YouTube. Pretty typical stuff. So yeah, I got no idea what's going on in this comic book, but that is a heck of a first page to open up to. We got a dude melting down at the bottom. We got Cthulhu in the top left. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm okay with it. We flip over to a Terminator comic. Declan Shalvey, he's one of those guys that gets work, and I'm not sure why. The art in this is pretty nice. It's sure different from the main Vampirella books art. Yeah, see that one there in the middle is the other cover my shop man gave me. And I was like, no! No! Do not want! Too bloody. You know, too much blood is bad for you, or so I hear. Now this next book, I know for sure that I cannot just crack this open and show it to you, because I opened this up in the store and there were Ghibli bits flopping around all over the place. Yep, there's Ghibli bits. Okay, this is remarkably Ghibli free, but there's not much going on there. Nope, nope, better not. Oh, definitely not that. Hi, yeah, okay, yeah, totally not that. Anyway, the weird thing about this book is it's got a bunch of short stories in it, and they're all, the art's by a bunch of different artists and stuff. It's not like the main Paprika book, where everything was by Mirka. So I'm not really sure why we're selling Mirka and... Oh my god, look at the freaking name of the story up here. I didn't even see that. That's by Hackin' Tim Seeley. Okay. But some of the art in here looks pretty good. It's not Mirka's style, but it's nice. The main appeal of Sweet Paprika was, of course, her art style. Mirka's art is great. She's done Paprika, Unnatural, Sacro-Profane, or Unsacred, which I got issue of out of the 50-cent bin along, I guess, 6 months ago now, which is now covered in crud for some reason. Weird. But, you know, like, Mirka's been making a lot of art for a long time, and her art style, really nice. In Unsacred, it is a little more cartoony than it is in some of her other works, but it's still really nice. Her other works, let's see, Unnatural, there was that sci-fi one that was like Cthulhu and aliens and stuff. Or at least I felt like it was promised to be Cthulhu, but it was really just like a boring aliens were dumping their trash on the Earth story. A lot less interesting. I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about this. I think I liked the first volume of Black, White, and Pink, but why it took like a year to get to volume 2? Maybe longer at this point, I don't know. The third book, I'm really excited about. Not because I really think the book's going to be good, but just because I want Matt Weldon art. Florida Man vs. Hogzilla. Here you go, Ninja Weasel. This is either going to be the dumbest thing or the best thing. Now, I remember when this was like on Kickstarter. It's written by Mike Barron, if I remember right. And, oh, we should have put that in the title too. That's, oh, we did. That's the other M word, right? Yes. Oh, yes, we did it. Did it, guys. We did it. But, yeah, I remember when this was on Kickstarter, you know, and it was like 20 bucks or whatever. I'm like, man, I don't want to pay 20 bucks for this. Well, I don't know if this is like the complete thing that was on Kickstarter, or just part of it, or what. But, yeah. That is where we are at. Thank you, Carrie Uridine, for providing us with your smooth guitar soundtrack in the background. Let's just crack this open, right? So it's artwork by Matt Weldon, the nicest man in comics, the human printing machine. I love that man. You know, I've only met him like 3 times in my life, and he seems like he is one of the nicest people I've ever met. So I don't know why he was not tabled at Bell County this year. He should have been. And he does this great thing. I don't know where my cards are, but he makes these little art cards. They're just $1. Oh, hold on. I probably got a picture of it on Twitter. Weldon Kitties. Let's see what I get. Now, Weldon card? Cats? Okay, that's not my photo, but you know what? On account of me not wanting to wade through a million pictures on Twitter, I think it's gonna use it. Alright, let me pull this up. He does these little cards. So he'll have a big old giant box out there on his table. And this is perfect, man. Because this gives you a little thing you can take home with you. And it's just $1. So when I was there last year, like some kid was looking through there and he's like trying to pick out, you know, just the right ones because he only had like $3 or something. And I'm like, hey, dude, get you some. I'll pay for them. So I think he did it with like 5 of them or whatever. And it's so cool. You know, we got to like spread a little bit of joy. Right then, right there, to that kid's life. Make his trip to Bell County Comic Con that much better. You know what? I'm going to go ahead, slap down a like and retweet on that. I really appreciate stuff like that, because that's something that anybody can go in there. You got a couple of bucks, you know. You can't get something really cool. Like, I got a couple of things. I paid like 50 bucks or something for a Paprika painted cover. Tim Lim did me a sketch cover one time. You know, stuff like that. That's all cool, but that's kind of like primo material. That's like stuff adults go there for. If you're a kid and you got like 20 bucks, what are you gonna do? You can buy like one book. Not one stack of books. One book for 20 bucks. Because cons are expensive. Or you can go to Matt Weldon's table and walk away with a bunch of your favorite characters as cats. It's great. I appreciate what that guy does. He puts his heart into all that stuff. Well, I got a Twitter notification. What's going on? Oh! That's just me teasing Doug Ernst for no reason. So at some point, he did a video where he had this like steaming cup of something. Hold on, let me show it. And so every time he's posting like comic book perilously close to food, I do something like this to his tweets because it's funny. Alright, I think we've looked enough at Florida Man vs. Hogzilla. What a very silly thing, but it's drawn by Matt Weldon. So if nothing else, I know I'm going to enjoy the artwork in it. I love his artwork. It's got this great style. I loved his artwork from the first moment I saw it. Just for a stack of books I haven't even actually sat down to read yet. 6 years later after buying them, I just look at them. I just like flip through it. I've never actually sat down to try to read this stuff. It's Plus Ultra, I think was that series. Which I should bring to a con sometime and get him to sign to embarrass him, because he's a little embarrassed by it. The writing in those books wasn't so good, and it's such old art. Anyway, the thing we're going to wrap up with here is this, because I thought this was interesting. So, if you've never seen the Masters of the Universe movie, as a kid, and I still use this as like an icebreaker, it was one of the most disappointing things I'd ever seen as a kid. As an adult, I think it's pretty swell. I think it's really like a New Gods movie, because that's essentially what it is. You have like the evil, like the god of evil, the god of good. The god of evil becomes ascendant. The god of good goes to Earth, or like the defender of the good. This would be like Orion in the New Gods. He comes to Earth, he gets armaments, finds allies, protects people, and then he takes it to the god of evil and overthrows him and saves the universe. It's literally the New Gods kind of stuff, and it's fantastic. So, my popular He-Man opinion is that this is the only piece of media in the IP's history that's legitimately great. And down here, I guess it's not a He-Man cartoon. Frustration of that is understandable, but on its own, it's a magnificent piece of media. What's the other comment? Did I leave one? Oh no, that's this guy. Okay. Alright, he's got like a whole tweet thread going. Not even the way Super Mario Bros. Is brilliant lampoon. Man, I almost replied to him. I really like the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Legitimately. Without any weirdness to my statement. Because I do. I actually really like the Mario Brothers movie. I don't know that it's a good movie, but Bob Hoskins, considering he was drunk the whole time they were filming it, did a great job. And John Leguizamo as Luigi Mario was really great. But that's just like my opinion, man. And my opinion is coming to an end, because I'm out of books to talk about. So you wonderful, beautiful people that chose to come in here and hang out with me, thank you so much for doing so. I appreciate it. As they say in my neighborhood, much love. Age-old classic tale of Mario and... yeah, Mario and Luigi Mario. See, Ninja Weasel knows. We're going to wrap up here. I'm probably going to go stream on Twitch, because I'm addicted right now to Yakuza. So you'll probably see me over there in like 10-15 minutes. So if you want to hang out with me on Twitch, you can. Twitch.tv/ElizaBar. Real easy to find. I am the only Eliza Bar over there. So, you know, you got it. I can't believe I bought this, dude. But I couldn't resist, man. I saw that, like, as soon as I saw the cover, her hair gave it away. I'm like, that's Matt Weldon art. His hair is so distinctive. Yakuza, I'd like it. Yeah. That's so funny that when I had ramen, you were like, I gotta go get a beef bowl the other day, Ninja. That's the stuff I live for. Anyway, we're gonna do that thing where I mute my microphone now, I drop it a thumbs up, and we hang out for like 20, 30 seconds or something until the stream wraps. So, thank you all so much. I appreciate it, Ninja Weasel, Chad113, and you beautiful, beautiful lurkers. If you made it this far, if you have survived all this with me, go ahead and give me a like, please. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hope to see you again next time. Until then, but I already said next time. I already said to give me a like. Whatever. I'm muting. Bye-bye.